You will rob you or be exterminated. Exterminate. Exterminate.
Hello and welcome to this Eyes of Harmony podcast specials. It's the special.
We're finally back.
55th anniversary of Doctor Who coming up, because this is going to be released on, I think, 21st. That's when Last Day was released.
Yeah.
Because interesting fact, Night of a Doctor was supposed to be released during the week of the 50th. But they're worried about the leaks getting out about Paul McGann returning.
Yeah.
Because eventually, as you start distributing it, you know, if someone says something to someone else, then that gets out. So that's they brought it. They brought it
much
back.
quicker. Makes sense. And I think it's better for it just to keep the hype.
Hell yeah!
The hype
All
train
I know
going.
is they did like something in the morning, like one of these four doctors is going to one of these four characters. I think they had. Like 11th, 10th, War Doctor, and I think 12th Doctor as the options. Because they said, one of these four Doctors is going to appear in it. And I mean, the War Doctor did appear. But we're starting with Last Day because it's met. And we want to say
get it out of the way. Yeah.
So maybe you don't like the order, but screw it. We ran this podcast, so make your
own.
Can't
tell us what to do.
Yeah. So Last Day aired on the 21st of November 2013. It's 3 minutes 42 seconds, and it was directed by Jamie Stone, who, on his IMDb page, it says he also directed Clara and the TARDIS, but he was uncredited. That was the weird special where she's just talking to the TARDIS, and the TARDIS was like, "Yo, bitch, I don't like you." For no reason at all. I mean, it never really got explained why the TARDIS didn't like her.
Because she's the impossible girl. The TARDIS doesn't like impossibleness.
So yeah, this is something. This is a something thing.
Yeah.
Did it need to exist? No. Does it? Yes. I mean, you're already limited making it a first person.
I mean, it kind of would work as a kind of a short thing. And, you know, the one... I think it's fine for being so short in terms of the perspective. It's everything in it, which is the problem I have with it. Well, the first guy that you meet, you can tell he's really trying, like, very hard. Yeah. But this dialogue is... Ugh. It tries too hard.
And the thing is, it's like... They just don't... he wrote them too much like humans instead of Time Lords. Like, I thought they were supposed to be this more elegant... It's like... The thing is ever since the War games, they never got the Time Lords kind of right. They made them too, like, boring. But in, like, the War games, they're like these godly creatures who have so much power. And because they're just watchers. But then when you get to, like, you know... Deadly Assassin... Though the clothes look epic and everything, I have nothing wrong with that. But...
I think they gave Rashel power in 5 Doctors.
But like, it's every single one of them should have been like, you know, it was... They lost the kind of way with them, and they make them too much like humans, where like literally, you know, there's so many times it's like, they talked about them like in how great they were, you know, and like it was such whispers, like they were such powerful beings, and now that they're gone, you know, ooh.
Yeah.
You just talk so casually, I don't know.
Yeah.
But the good thing is, like, set design and costume design is good.
The first room which you're in is good. The actual outside is not.
The sky is bad.
The green screen, how they layered that, and actually, to be honest, even the kind of the walls around it look pretty cheap.
Dull,
you can tell kind of this production was done very much on the cheap. Like, you know, this was just a quick thing.
I wonder if they filmed this before the 50th or after it.
Yeah.
I think they filmed Night of a Doctor after it, because they had the money to do it, so they're like,
go for it, yeah.
Let me just check when, because all I remember is the picture of Matt and David, like, at the script read-through.
But yeah, no, all my notes, like, I think this is going to make it a bit awkward, but the one thing that this mini episode feels like is a point of view porn movie. It feels like the start of a point of view porn movie. It's awkward dialogue, and when you get to the commander, like his awkward pauses, looking you up and down, and stopping to take just kind of taking a breath. It feels like
I did not think of it like that, but
that's the impression I got of it, just because of.
That's a new perspective. Which I never thought I'd look at. Okay, yeah. Day of the Doctor wrapped on May 4th. This was May 9th. And Night of the Doctor was made 7th to 8th. So they had like a 2-day break, then 7th to 8th. 9th.
Okay.
We're filming, and then they wrapped. So this was the last thing they made, and it was god awful.
Yeah.
But the worst thing out of all of it is those blinking Daleks in the sky.
Yeah.
Like, how did it even break through? Like, this is the safest place. The sky trenches are, defences which nothing can get through. And then this one Dalek's just kind of floating there, not even doing anything, just like, kind of like, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. Look at that bird! Oh wait, that's not a bird! It's just really cringy.
They were there to stop it from becoming actual porn. Do not approve! Do not approve!
I mean, there's even a line in there about an intimate nature will be flagged with a triangle, which is basically a reference to Channel 4 from September 1986 to January 1987, in which explicit adult art films screened at night carried a superimposed red warning triangle. So there you go. But
yeah, no, I don't know. It just kind of found the way.
It's there. It exists. I'm not going to give it.
It's the first problem with the Dalek though is not just the fact that it's there; is it's CG itself. It looks honestly worse than the CG from Parting of the Ways.
Yeah.
And considering how much of a gap there was between that and how far technology's come, that's appalling. Like the way they move and actually just how they look, it's dreadful.
So they literally did a really good CG Dalek in the waters of Mars, and in the attic room when it's looking in. That one's, CG, but it looks alright, but these ones just look like really low rendered.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, if they have the models there, why not just use them again?
This is supposed to hype up people.
I mean, they still wouldn't have saved how awkward and low frame rate the animation is, but at least it would have.
I remember watching this and being like, "Well, that was something."
Yeah, and just something to immediately chuck out and forget,
So yeah, if I was going to give it a grade. No, I can't. There's too little there to grade.
Yeah, there's nothing really.
Not
to
great
grade.
out of 10. You can decide what mark that is.
Disappointing.
So yeah, say below what you thought of the fall of Arcadia, the greatest moment in the Time War, which we see nothing of. Except a painting.
It's true.
Yeah, we see it moments afterwards. I wonder if that Time Lord survived. I wonder if he made it through.
Probably not.
Probably not. Boo. You suck, Time Lord. Oh, the thing that annoys me is you don't see any regenerations when Time Lords die.
No, well, not in these, no.
Can children regenerate? That's my question. Can children regenerate?
That's a very fair point. Maybe that's why it was so bad to lose the children.
Yeah.
That
is an interesting concept. Maybe we should do a video on that. That was an interesting discussion. Anyway, on to the best thing about the 50th anniversary. Night of the Doctor! Night of the Doctor! Oh my god. Wow. Now this is a mad moment. I remember coming home from school and I was sat in the toilet taking my dump, as I usually do, flush out the system, got a big dinner coming along. And I'm just scrolling on my phone, as you do, as everyone does on the toilet now. And I see Paul McGann return to Doctor Who. I was like, oh my god, because the movie has a soft spot in my heart. Like, I know it's not great, but I really love Paul McGann in it as the Doctor, and I really wish he had.
What made it so big was just the fact that they kind of
out of nowhere.
Yeah, because I think we'd more or less given up on the fact that we weren't going to see any of the classic Doctors at all in the 50th, and then this shows off.
It was something special. And so I remember trying to finish my dump as quickly as possible. I was like, oh my god, because I didn't want to watch it on my phone, I wanted to watch it on my laptop. But back then I had a really slow laptop, so it took about 5 minutes for that to load. I watched it. I mean, it's only 6 minutes, but I probably watched it enough to be 45 minutes. So I watched it for oh man, everything about this is good. Production design, acting, the lighting is amazing in this. The music fits well, even though it's just reused music.
Yeah.
Oh damn! I love it. When he appears, just his first line, and you see him for a split second, the spark flies. So it's is that him? And it's oh my god, it is him! It's such a really good moment.
No, of course, if you saw the thing, you would have already known. But
yeah, but oh man. God, I just remember. And then you didn't even see it that night. I came in the next day. I was like, "Have you seen it?" And you were like, "What?" I was like, it was so frustrating that you hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
I was expecting that you would have. I was just going to gush about it.
Usually I'd catch most things immediately, but I don't know.
That day.
I don't know what happened that day.
It was released, I think, on a Thursday, 14th of November 2013. When was that? Let's go back in my calendar. But yeah, so you start with the Doctor and
No, you start with Cass.
And the ship and the TARDIS chasing the ship. Doesn't one of the audio adventures end with him going after that ship? I think there was something it ended.
I don't think they got to that point yet, as far as I know.
Damn,
because I got the Time Warp Big Finish box, and that certainly doesn't tie into this. It's just set in the Time Warp, but it's not. It doesn't end with it going into it. Heck, at that point, the Doctor's a different companion, so...
Yeah. And, so he crashes. He tries to save Cass, but she's like, nah, bitch, Time Lords are bad. Which is really good, they set it up well. The Time Lords weren't as good.
No.
Then the issue is we never really saw the Time Lords be bad.
Well, we kind of get those impressions that, that's part... I mean, I think the Doctor... at least mentioned at some point that they both kind of got... No, we kind of got that in the end of time, really.
Yeah, but that's not all of them, that's some of them. But yeah, I guess...
but they kind of the main war council and Rashalon himself. If you ever get to read the book Engines of War, you get much more elaboration on that. It's an excellent book.
It is supposed to be. I need to get round to it.
You really do.
I started it, and then uni started. So yeah, then ship crashes. Oh, it's just his dialogue is so perfect.
Yeah.
It's just that every line, Moffat somehow managed to write him really, really well.
Yeah.
For somebody who'd never written the Eighth Doctor before.
The only thing I'd say is at least the line of eternal boredom. That line it felt like a Matt Smith line instead of a Paul McGann line.
The thing is, he delivers it in such a way that.
Yeah, but you can still kind of get that sense that if it was Paul McGann as it was in the movie or the audios, he wouldn't probably have said that.
But then he did become a bit more abrasive during audios. Anyway,
so. I mean, you get that sense.
But yeah, so we return to Khan, which is a really interesting, return point.
Yeah.
And the weirdest thing is then they bring Khan back in the Magician's Apprentice. You know, I find that really weird. Something which was introduced in quite a small, side thing was suddenly brought into...
Well, no, it's part of one of the most significant episodes, but, if you're going to bring anything back for that episode, you would have thought it'd be Morbius or something, and not the planet and the sisterhood that everyone kind of forgot about.
But Claire Higgins as Olia? I don't know. One of those. She's great. And she's great. She plays it so well, and she really gets this kind of Time Lord feel across. See, that's the kind of feel I want from Time Lords. They're quite knowledgeable and like they all have like a big presence, you know, like they're these powerful beings that, you know, can change as they die. And yeah, just Paul McGann just owns the scene, just
of course,
amazing.
yeah.
Like you know, that's like 4 minutes. That's too long, you know. Give me a couple of books.
Yeah,
Bring me knitting.
I think he's been waiting for so long to get this chance, and he just kind of owns it.
Yeah,
really.
2 days. Yeah, 2 days of being the Doctor on screen again. That must have been so cool. And
Absolutely.
John Hayes directed this, and he's never directed anything else for Doctor Who. He just directed this little special. He's directed Game of Thrones and stuff, so
yeah,
it's cool. But yeah, what's also cool is Companions audio drama becomes canon because he says all their names, which is very cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there was so much doubt about that, considering that's kind of all the Eighth Doctor had. So, but you know, I mean, with that, with canonising it in the TV show, canonises more or less because they tie to the rest of the other audio series. Canonises the entire, basically, Big Finish library more or less, unless it's been directly contradicted.
Which you could just use the Time War messing it up.
Yeah, and that's true. That's true. They can, in retrospect, say, "Oh yes, you know, something's changed and whatnot." It's the entire premise for the Time War audio things. It's a very good one. I'd recommend you buy it. Totally not advertised. No, I'm kidding.
Players BBC, please.
Please. I'm happy to be advertised. Big Finish, please. I love you.
I just love it how.
Oh, sorry.
I just love, like, you know, how you slowly see him kind of realise that, you know, he's going to have to fight, even though he doesn't want to. He's been kind of dodging all the fighting and, you know, just trying to do his usual thing. But now he realises that he can't. There's no choice. And, like, his last lines, you know, last words, physician, heal thyself. Fucking brilliant last words. And like the best thing, because what was also so important about this is because we'd always been missing this regeneration.
Yeah.
And like that always bugged me. I was always like, how do you regenerate into like Krista Eccleston? Obviously now we know that it was him into the War Doctor.
In between, yeah.
Also, War Doctor reflection's quite good.
Yes, they will kind of place that there with the young John Hurt. The only thing I'd say is that I kind of wish it was a little longer.
That is the only issue.
Yeah, because the first scene maybe goes slightly too quick, and you know I would have liked to see a little bit more of the Doctors, like just kind of expand on what's here. I think 10 minutes probably would have been perfect for it, as opposed to 6. I think.
How about an entire series with Paul McGann? That would be amazing.
Or then your Big Finish.
Yeah, I mean that is the issue. Like, you can't have 2 Doctors at once, because if Paul McGann had a series, it would take away from Jodie's era, which is just unfair.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah, I mean, potentially, I've always kind of thought this, is that, you know, don't have it on the same platform. You don't have 2 Doctors running on the same platform, but put it on, like, Netflix or Amazon Prime or something instead.
I'd actually pay solidly for that. What could work is if they just brought Paul McGann back for a multi-Doctor story, just like a 2 Doctors, like have like Jodie in the 8th. I mean, why does it have to be any of the new ones? Why can't it be? You know, Paul?
Well, yeah, I'd like
to quite like 8th and 12th. I think that would be.
I actually think what they should do is get it to 4 Doctors, because they've had the 2, they've had the 5, they've had the 3.
Yeah,
you need the 4. Yeah, just get Peter Davison, Sylvester McCoy, and then maybe David Tennant or something, or Matt Smith, depending on availability or whatnot, and just pull them together with Jodie. And there you are.
I'd like Jodie in 12th, though. I think that would be a good one. Like the one right after the other is, I think, sometimes the more interesting thing, because it's you're kind of looking at what you're going to become, and you're looking at what you used to be, like directly, and that's why like second and third bickering is always the most entertaining out of all of them. But also, like, Matt and David was very much more kind of funny, because you know it was the one directly before, but like, you know, they've always felt like between John Hurt, like, you know, there would have been Chris. Like, it would have been way more interesting to see Chris talk to John Hurt's Doctor. But if Chris was in it, then there wouldn't have been John Hurt.
Actually, kind of hoped to at some point read that part of the script because that was part of with the Chris instead of John Hurt.
I've read part of it. I read a good extract and it's really good. But we'll save that for the actual 50th thing.
Yeah, we'll save that for that.
So, I mean, there's not really much else to talk about.
The one line which, it was a small thing, which, kind of was like a bit iffy, was, she says what would Kaz say, she would beg for your help. Which clearly she wouldn't, justifying everything before.
Yeah, she's trying to twist it, and I mean, as written in the recent Day of a Doctor Target novel, it's revealed that the liquid is only lemonade and
dry
ice.
Yeah,
and basically all she was trying to do is get the Doctor. Like the Doctor's always had this darkness in it, and she was just trying to basically get him to think that it was the potion making him bad and not himself because he didn't need that burden. Like they needed the Doctor to fight. But the cool thing is that they decided for a new outfit because they wanted something which was a bit more adventurer.
Yeah.
Rather than gentleman's outfit.
I mean, the Doctor hadn't, in the audio, at least on the front covers and whatnot, isn't the pictures using the same ones he did in the movie anyway, so he's clearly moved on a bit, but they kind of went back a little bit to that here.
I really liked his costume in Night of the Doctor. I thought it was a really good look.
It's quite a nice blend of old and not really new, but yeah.
It was lovely. I love John Hurt's costume, actually.
Yeah.
That was a great costume.
Absolutely.
Like half the jacket and everything, and it's still got the kind of like slight scarf. Yeah. Oh. I loved the Adder for War Doctor. I thought it was actually a really good idea for the 50th. It's a big thing, a Doctor we never even heard of,
Yeah, exactly.
That
was, I kind of, in some ways, kind of wish we saw Chris, but at the same time, I really love what John Hurt did with the character. He will be missed.
Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah, but no, I loved his interpretation of the character and the kind of the characters they made for him, both in the movies and in the Day of the Doctor. And at least Engines of War. That was really excellent. I really want to see the big finish audio they did with him as well at some point.
Yeah.
Shame about that though, with John Hurt passing, is that now he can't meet Derek Jacobi's master, because I really would have loved to have seen that.
Though really, the Doctor shouldn't have been able to meet.
Well, no, he knew what happened to him though in
the younger version, I guess. But he would have recognised him when he was older and human, because...
Yeah, but then you also question how he would have known about him running away and whatnot, unless...
He didn't know.
He did?
He died.
Well... Yeah, during the time,
He said he ran away. Because, I don't think the Doctor could be able to see Jacobi's master, because the issue is that he became human, and the Doctor would have recognised him straight away if he knew what he looked like.
Possibly.
But I wish he had stayed longer as a master though. I think it would have been great. I did love John Simbo.
Yeah.
Another multi-master story, please.
But I don't even know what the future is with the Master now. I mean, that's kind of up in the air. I mean, ultimately they're going to bring the Master back in some capacity.
Yeah. Well, they're bringing back the one from the movie.
Which is... the audios, yeah.
But anyway, that's kind of it. So, Night of the Doctor, good solid 8 out of 10.
Oh, are we rating the others one as well?
8 Doctor, see what I did there? 8 out of 8. 8 out of War Doctor.
War Doctor out of 10.
Yeah. But yeah, damn. Night of the Doctor was great. Last day, what's that? I forgot. Never mind.
It's so memorable.
I forgot. Bye-bye.
I think I saw that late at night once.
Yeah, at one point. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. Let us know below what you thought of Night of the Doctor and what you thought of The Last Day. It's not there at the beginning, so let's not be pedantic. And we will see you in a few days for the 55th anniversary of Doctor
What's that accent?
Yeah, boy.
You sound like a very drunk Shaggy there.
Yes, Scoop. Sure.
No, Scoop, I haven't had too much. What are you talking about?
We promised we are not on drugs.
Like...
Zoinks. Getting a high on that.
Thanks, Scoop.
Swaggy. Yeah. Cool, thanks for enduring that. We'll see you next time. Boy!
Boy.